Next up in the AFC South are the Jacksonville Jaguars. They have kicked out Urban Myers and they have brought in Super Bowl championship winning coach and Doug Peterson. See what he's capable of doing to this defense and the improvements for Trevor Lawrence, which is very, very crucial. Let's get into it. Hey, yo! Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Jacksonville Jaguars team preview we got going on. Before I deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJC. Don't forget about the TikTok at Chef_D91. And do not forget about the Patreon if you want more DFS betting and fantasy football advice. All of those links will be provided down below. All right. First up on the list for the Jacksonville Jaguars will be the guy that's going the highest, and that is Travis Etienne, running back from Clemson. This is his first official season. Last year, he got injured, unfortunately, had that Liz Frank foot injury, but now he is back and looking awesome at camp right now. He is having rave reviews, and his current ADP right now is 36 overall. That is going to be RB16, round 3, and he is best comparable to DeAndre Swift. This guy right here is a plus for PPR leagues, and the best comparable is actually the perfect comparison in DeAndre Swift. What Travis Etienne is capable of doing in that passing game, we saw it in Clemson. Right now, that's all we got to go off of right now because he is yet to really hit his stride in the NFL because of injury. But this is the season where we're going to see a very, very explosive back. He looks fully recovered from his injury, unlike James Robinson, and Travis Etienne is ready to boom for this season. All right. What they're going to implement before we switch over to the next player with Doug Peterson, we're going to see a lot of similarities in that offense from the Eagles. So a lot of RPO type of stuff. What we saw from Clemson, the connection between Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne is going to be superb. Okay, when Lawrence is in some bad situations, he's going to dump it off to Travis Etienne, and they're going to focus the offense around him, get Etienne in space, and you're going to see his production skyrocket. All right, so go get you Travis Etienne at his current ADP. Next up for the Jacksonville Jaguars will be wide receiver Christian Kirk. This man here is best comparable to Stephon Diggs that they have on player profile. That's because he is a very, very good route runner. Okay, not crazy speed, only 4.47 speed, that's 74th percentile. But his key contribution to the offense is his exceptional route running. What we saw out of him from the Arizona Cardinals last year in 2021, 103 targets, 77 receptions, 982 yards, almost 1,000 yards there, but a nice yards per reception in 12.8. 1,158 air yards and 5 TDs. Obviously, he was the number one in that offense, but he got the opportunity while DeAndre Hopkins was out. He excelled in that situation with Kyler Murray. Now he is the number one guy here for the Jacksonville Jaguars. If we're looking at how much this man is getting paid, he is being paid as a top 20 wide receiver, $18 million a year. That's what the Jacksonville Jaguars allocated to Christian Kirk. So they're paying him big bucks. Money equals everything. They're going to give him that type of production. He finished wide receiver 26. He'll probably creep up in that top 25 this year with this offense that's going to 100% definitely improve. What we saw last year was an absolute joke. Now with Doug Peterson, his days with the Eagles, he got the ball to Alshon Jeffrey. We can see some similarities here in Christian Kirk. He's going to get the ball to Christian Kirk, create easier opportunities for him. Obviously, with Etienne and Trevor Lawrence connection, that running game is going to help the passing game. Christian Kirk is going to be the number one guy clearly in this Jacksonville Jaguars offense since they got rid of DJ Chark. He's the guy that's going to step up with his exceptional ability to get open and win on one-on-one routes against opposing corners. Christian Kirk is going to finish around that top 25 range in wide receiver. So definitely go get him this year. Next on the list for the Jacksonville Jaguars will be quarterback Trevor Lawrence. Finished QB 22 last year in 2021. Current ADP is really late at 145. Best comparable to Peyton Manning. He had all the accolades coming out of Clemson. Had a rough first year. We're going to blame that totally and that offense totally on Urban Meyer. He wasn't even present. All right, so now we're getting an influx of a new offense here, RPO type of offense with Doug Peterson. It's going to definitely go towards his attributes in Trevor Lawrence. So you got to take last year's stats with a grain of salt, okay? Some things we can take from, despite all the bad that we saw last year, he came on strong at the second half of the season. He almost still threw for 4,000 passing yards last year. But the real positive for Trevor Lawrence that we can outlook for him, this QB2 that has the ability to be a QB1 in 2 quarterback leagues or super flex leagues, is going to be the advanced rushing metric. All right, if we look here at carries, top 5 in the league with quarterback carries, right? If we're looking at red zone carries, top 10 in red zone carries. It's going to be a huge boom in certain situations where they're going to use Trevor Lawrence and his ability to either pitch it over to Travis Etienne or take it himself into the end zone. We had top 10 in rushing yards. And we saw a top 15 performance in the rushing TD. So I think all of those numbers are going to increase under Doug Peterson's offense, and we can definitely see his current ADP pay off right now. So right now he's going around 13, 14. This right now is an absolute steal. If everyone goes away, the key this year for fantasy football is get a quarterback with some rushing upside. Trevor Lawrence has the rushing upside and he has the arm, okay? They improved the weapons around him. He gets Travis Etienne back. He gets a new coach that can actually influence a real offense. So everything is positive around Trevor Lawrence. Go get Trevor Lawrence for this season. Next up, after Trevor Lawrence, we're going to get into Evan Ingram, tight end position for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Was tight end 23 in 2021 with the New York Giants. His current ADP is absolutely absurd with 178 ADP. All right, this is a super deep sleeper right now. Best comparable to Gerald Everett. We already know how good Evan Ingram could be. All right, he had all the potential in his rookie year, and it's just been very bumpy ever since. Now he gets a restart with the Jacksonville Jaguars. His main problem with the New York Giants was his drops, right? He dropped the ball a lot. Hopefully he can fix that problem with Jacksonville. Some positives for Evan Ingram to finish as a top 15 tight end this year is this Doug Peterson offense. If we go back in 2020 when Doug Peterson last coached with the Philadelphia Eagles, we can go down to the target rate of the tight end of that Philadelphia Eagles offense, and the Philadelphia Eagles offense threw to the tight end 30% of the time. This is huge, okay? The league average is 21%. So we're getting a huge jump up for the tight end position in this particular offense, all right? They're going to run 2 tight ends. They're going to run 11-man personnel. Manhurts is probably going to be the blocking tight end majority of the times. Evan Ingram is going to be the pass-catching tight end in this offense. So there's upside for a big improvement with Trevor Lawrence, with Travis Etienne, with Christian Kirk, and now with Evan Ingram. He has a ton of weapons around him now. Trevor Lawrence is only going to get better, and Evan Ingram in this offense, who is going to focus in on the tight end position at least a 25% or better rate, because last year the Jacksonville Jaguars under Urban Meyer, they had a target rate of 18% throwing to that tight end position. So we get a big upgrade here. We get a big upgrade in talent, and we get a super cheap Evan Ingram at that current ADP. So if you're waiting on tight end, definitely have no problem going with Evan Ingram. There's going to be some upside there at his current ADP. Finish off the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know I gotta give you guys a deep sleeper. Now, Evan Ingram technically was a deep sleeper, but That was their tight end. I need to give you a super deep sleeper, and this is technically the wide receiver 2. There's no technically. He is the wide receiver 2 for this offense in the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that is wide receiver Zay Jones. Wide receiver Zay Jones had a little bit of a breakout year in 2021. 70 targets, 47 receptions, 546, 11.6 yards per reception, 1 TD, almost 1,000 air yards as well. He definitely had his best year as a pro. We saw consistency out of him. We saw a great route running and ability to get open, okay? In this offense with Christian Kirk roaming in the slot, Zay Jones is going to be the outside wide receiver that's going to do a lot of the deep routes. His current ADP is 206, so this is super, super deep going undrafted, someone you can definitely grab late, last pick. You need someone that's a flyer that has upside, especially in best ball. You're going to get his boom weeks. He has measurables across the board in speed, 40-yard dash, burst, agility, and catch radius. So he is primed to be a very solid wide receiver 2 in this up-and-coming Jacksonville Jaguars offense that I'm very, very bullish on. Some of the key stats that we saw last year with the Oakland Raiders under Derek Carr, who definitely threw the ball deep last year, was his efficiency right here. If we go to target separation, he was top 10 in the league, okay? A receiver's average yards of separation from his assigned defender at the moment the pass arrived. So he was getting open. The quarterback saw him open, and when the ball got to him, he was open, okay? If we're looking at another metric of the reason why I like Zay Jones as the outside guy in this offense, his target separation versus man coverage, okay? Man coverage one-on-one. Can he win? He was top 10 in that as well. Very exceptional ability to get open on these deep routes, deep digs, deep post routes. Zay Jones is going to get open. Trevor Lawrence should have more time in the pocket this year and get the ball to guys like Zay Jones, like Christian Kirk. He is a super deep sleeper that you guys should key in on as your last 2 picks in a draft. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. I gave you all the positivity on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pretty bullish on this team. Love a lot of their assets. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD, and I'll be back with another video very soon. All right, peace.